definitely for you.
Today we are exploring a real superpower. It's something very simple but very difficult. The magic of saying no.
I love that we call it magic, Michael, because when you finally learn how to say it, it really does change your life.
It does.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Rom English Podcast. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Michael. We are so happy to have you here with us today. Jennifer, how is your week going? You look a bit busy.
Is it that obvious, Michael? Honestly, I feel like a hamster on a wheel. I'm running very fast, but I'm not going anywhere. My calendar's full, but I'm not getting my own work done.
I know that feeling. It's like your day belongs to everyone else except you.
Exactly. If our listeners feel stretched thin, or if your calendar looks like a mess of other people's meetings and favors, then today's episode is definitely for you.
Today we are exploring a real superpower. It's something very simple but very difficult. The magic of saying no.
I love that we call it magic, Michael, because when you finally learn how to say it, it really does change your life.
It does. We usually think successful people are the ones who say yes to every opportunity, but actually the most balanced people are the ones who say no with confidence.
Let's get into the why. Michael, why is it so hard to say that two-letter word, no? It's so short.
It's short, but it's heavy. At its core, it's about how our brains are built. When we say yes to someone, our brain releases a chemical called dopamine.
Dopamine, that's the happy chemical, right?
Yes, we get a little hit of pleasure because we feel hopeful. We want people to like us. We want to be seen as capable and nice.
So our own biology is rewarding us for being too nice?
Precisely. And then there is social conditioning. Since we were children, we were taught that saying no is rude.
That's true. Good children are the ones who agree and help everyone.
Exactly. By the time we are adults, we have what I call a yes autopilot. We say yes before we even think about our own schedule.
I do that all the time. Someone asks for a favor and I say, sure. Then 5 minutes later, I think, wait, when am I going to do that?
And there is also the modern pressure to be booked and busy. On social media, being busy is like a status symbol. If you have free time, people think you aren't ambitious enough.
It's a very toxic mindset. We confuse being busy with being important.
Jennifer, here's the most important lesson for today. Every yes is actually a no to something else.
Can you explain that? It sounds like a math problem.
Think about it. When you say yes to a meeting you don't really need to attend, you are saying no to an hour of rest, or no to playing with your kids, or no to working on your own project.
Wow, I never thought about it that way. We think saying no is an act of rejection, but it's actually an act of protection.
Right, you are protecting your yes. If you say yes to everything, your yes becomes weak. You don't have the energy to do anything well.
So, the first step to reclaiming our time is realizing that we're always making a trade-off.
Exactly. And this brings us to a foundational rule. Clarity must come before boundaries.
What do you mean by clarity?
You can't protect your garden if you don't know what you are growing. What are your core values? Is it your health? Is it your new business? Is it your family?
So, if I know my top priority is finishing my English course, then saying no to a random party becomes much easier.
Exactly. Until you name what matters most, every request from other people will seem equally important.
Okay, Michael, I'm convinced. I need to say no more, but I'm terrified. I don't want people to think I'm mean or unhelpful. How do I do it gracefully?
This is the art of the no. A good no has 3 parts: validation, transparency, and goodwill.
Can you give me a template? I love templates.
Sure. Imagine someone asks you to join a new project. You can say, "Thank you so much for thinking of me. That sounds like a very important project. However, given my current commitments to my team's goals this month, I won't be able to take this on right now. I wish you the very best with it."
Oh, I like that. You said thank you, validation. You gave a general reason, transparency, and you wish them luck.
Notice what I didn't do. I didn't say, I'm sorry 5 times. I didn't make up a long excuse. And I didn't say maybe next time if I didn't mean it.
That's a big mistake I make. I always say maybe next week, but I know next week is also busy.
Right, that just delays the problem. A graceful no is firm but kind.
What about friends? It feels much harder to say no to a friend who wants to grab coffee when I'm exhausted.
For friends, you can offer an alternative. You say, I'd love to see you, but this week is really packed. How about we schedule a proper dinner next Thursday instead?
So I'm saying no to the time, but yes to the person.
Exactly. Healthy relationships can handle a no. If someone gets angry because you have boundaries, that's actually a sign that the relationship might be a bit one-sided.
Let's talk about systems. How can we proactively protect our time so we don't have to keep fighting these battles every day?
I teach people to build a time fence. Imagine your energy is a beautiful, fertile garden.
I love that image. I want my garden to have flowers and fruit.
Right, but you wouldn't let strangers walk through your garden and plant weeds, would you? You need a fence.
How do we build this time fence?
There are 3 main posts in your fence. One is the priority audit. Every Sunday, list your top 3 priorities for the week. These are your protected yeses. If a new request comes in and it doesn't serve one of those 3 things, it's a candidate for a no. And 2 is the buffer rule. Never schedule things back to back. If you have a meeting at 2 p.m., don't start the next one at 3 p.m. Leave 15 minutes of buffer time.
Why is that a fence?
Because it gives you a logical reason to say no. You can say, I'm sorry, I don't have enough time between my other commitments to make that work. It's not personal, it's a system.
And the third post is?
The 24-hour pause rule. This is the most powerful one.
Tell me more.
Whenever someone asks you for your time, unless it's a life or death emergency, never say yes immediately. Use this sentence. Let me check my calendar and get back to you tomorrow.
That's brilliant. It takes the pressure off. I don't have to feel that dopamine rush to please them right away.
Exactly. It moves you from the heat of the moment to a place where you can think clearly. The autopilot Jennifer wants to say yes. The intentional Jennifer needs space to decide.
Okay, Michael, I've built my fence, I've practiced my graceful no, but I still feel guilty. That little voice in my head says, you're being selfish.
Guilt is just the guardian of your old patterns. It's trying to keep you in the yes autopilot.
How do I make the voice stop?
You have to remind yourself of what you are saying yes to. When you feel guilty for saying no to an extra task, say out loud, by saying no to this, I am saying yes to my health, or I am saying yes to my sleep.
So I should focus on the positive result of my no.
Yes, and over time, as you finish your projects and feel less stressed, the guilt will go away. It will be replaced by a feeling of empowerment.
What about people who keep pushing? You know, those people who don't take a no for an answer?
We use the broken record technique.
Like a CD that is scratched?
Exactly. You calmly repeat your answer. If they say, oh, come on, it won't take long, you say, I understand you're in a hurry, but as I mentioned, I won't be able to participate right now.
You don't give new reasons. You just stay firm.
Right. If you give a new reason, they will try to solve it for you. If you say, I don't have a car, they will say, I'll give you a ride. Just stay with your original no.
Michael, you've helped many people with this. What actually happens to their lives when they start saying no?
It's incredible. First, their self-trust goes up.
Why is that?
Because every time you say no to something that doesn't matter and yes to your own goals, you are proving to yourself that you are the boss of your life. Your word becomes gold.
I can see that. You feel more powerful.
And second, the quality of their work improves. You aren't spread paper thin anymore. You can bring your best thinking to the things you actually chose to do.
And I bet your relationships get better too.
Much better. You stop showing up to events feeling angry and tired. You show up because you want to be there.
It's like you become a magnet for better opportunities because people respect your time.
Exactly. People respect you more when they see that you respect yourself. If you are always available, people think your time isn't valuable. If you are selective, people see you as excellent.
Michael, this has been so eye-opening. If our listeners want to start practicing the magic of no today, what is one small thing they can do?
I have a very simple challenge for everyone. I call it the Next Request Challenge.
Okay, I'm listening.
The very next time someone asks you for something, it doesn't matter if it's a big project or a small lunch invitation, I want you to use the 24-hour pause.
So no yes and no right away.
Right, just say, let me check my calendar and I'll get back to you.
And then what?
In that pause, ask yourself, does this align with my priorities? What would I have to say no to if I say yes to this? Then respond intentionally.
I'm going to do that today. That pause is the birthplace of my freedom.
That's the spirit, Jennifer. Remember, your time is the only thing you have that you can never get back.
That is so true. Every minute spent is a minute gone forever.
Saying no isn't about being mean or rejecting people. It's about devotion. It's about being devoted to your peace, your family, and your purpose.
Michael, thank you so much for joining us on the Rom English Podcast today. This was exactly what I needed to hear.
It was my pleasure, Jennifer. I hope our listeners feel ready to protect their gardens.
To our listeners, your life is your own. You are the architect. Don't let other people build your house for you. Try the Next Request Challenge this week. Breathe, look at your garden, and only say yes if it is truly worthy of your energy. Thank you for joining us on the Rom English Podcast. We'll see you in the next episode. Protect your time, stay intentional, and remember the magic word.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.